Hello, patrons. It is Queen Auset-Heru. So, hi. It's awesome to see you. So, today we're going to be talking about the movie Hocus Pocus 2 for today's vlog session. Now, what I found to be interesting, for those of you who did not see Hocus Pocus 1 or 2, is basically just a cute little movie starring Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and another actress whose name I cannot remember right now. And basically, number one, they're witches. And it's fiction, fantasy, Disney Channel kind of thing, you know? So what was interesting was that part one of Hocus Pocus came out in like the 90s and it's become like a classic, okay? Especially around Halloween time. So someone got the idea to do Hocus Pocus 2. Now, I thought it was a wonderful idea, especially for those of us who love the movie, because witches, especially, a lot of us love this movie. Now, there are some that do not, but a lot of us love these kind of like feel good, baby witch movies. We think they're cute, So I thought it was adorable. However, when Hocus Pocus 2 came out, September 30th, I believe it was, a woman started a big stink online about how the movie was putting spells on people, And I'm sitting there like, wait, what? So today I just wanted to chit chat a little bit about this concept and why this happens. People keep asking me, why do people get so crazy about things like this? And the thing about it is this. When you have something like Hocus Pocus, it is clearly fiction, but they use certain items in the fiction that real witches actually use. Like, for instance, the cauldron. Many of us have a cauldron, okay? Some witches don't have any of these things, but many of us do. We cannot fly. I've been over that before. The broomstick thing is about a cleansing ritual. It's symbolic not to fly on. But anyway, the point of the matter is that because some of these things have an element of truth to them, some people get freaked out. Also, when you're dealing with people who are paranoid, mentally ill, and you add in magic, witchcraft, things like that, you tend to get stuff like this. So I don't know if this lady is crazy or paranoid. I don't know anything about her. All I know is that I saw this sweet little movie and it is absolutely not dangerous. It's just a continuation from the first story, and they also are talking about doing Hocus Pocus 3. So I'm very, very excited about that. But if you're worried about spells coming through your TV, you can trust and believe me that is not going to happen. I've watched it several times and didn't get not one spell, okay? I think if anybody would have got one, it would have been me. But it just kills me. People say things like this all the time about different movies. It's just that you have to realize that some people are fanatics. That's the bottom line, is all I can call it. Some people are fanatics. And something like this, could really trigger somebody. Like, I remember when I was a kid, and if you ask anybody who's like 45 years old and up, many of us remember a time when our grandparents or great-grandparents would not allow us to watch horror movies in the house. When VCRs and things like that started coming out, a lot of our elders told us not to watch things like that at home because it would draw bad spirits. Now, I do believe in energy and I do believe in spirits. And something like that could possibly occur, but probably not, more than likely, as far as the context of sitting down, some kids eating some popcorn and watching a movie. The problem comes in if they try to emulate what they see in the movie, okay? Or things along those lines. I know some people who sat and watched the movie, some kids who sat and watched the movie, and I was one of those kids, by the way. And then we tried to perform our own seance. And something went terribly wrong. To this day, I've never figured out what it was because I didn't probe into it. But something went terribly wrong. And while we were sitting in this circle, the candle went out. We were kids. We were young kids sitting in a circle with a candle trying to summon Marilyn Monroe or something, you know? And the candle went out and we screamed and everybody just ran. We all just ran to different areas of the room. So, did that movie influence us? Yes. And that is the real danger in any movie, in an action movie, in a horror movie, in any movie, is people trying to emulate the things that they saw in the movie. So if somebody was, for example, to get a spell book and to go out in the woods and start dibbing and dabbling, could that be dangerous for that person? Probably so. You never know what they're going to pull up or what they're going to try to do. Something might happen and nothing may happen. They may get no results at all. So I just wanted to say in today's vlog that these kind of things have been discussed and talked about an awful lot. But the bottom line is that most of the time it's just paranoia. So let me tell you a little bit about the movie. Here are going to be some spoilers, okay? So if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, turn this video off right now. Okay? You've been warned. Turn it off. Basically, what goes on, everybody who's still here, is that the main character, which is Bette Midler's character, I love her. She's the one with the red hair, the redhead Sanderson sister. Their names are the Sanderson sisters, but I cannot remember each one's name. But anyway, the one with the red hair, they told her she had to get married because apparently she was 16 years old and their father had passed away. It was her birthday. So they wanted her to marry some village boy. They were in Salem, in the 1600s, She didn't want to marry the boy. Her and her sisters wandered off into the forbidden forest and a magic witch, appears and gives them this book, It's all fairy tale, it's really sweet. And they become witches, and the rest is Sandra sisters history. Well, apparently in this version, Hocus Pocus 2, their home has been turned into like a magic shop. Okay, so this guy owns it, and he sells candles and Wicca supplies and magical pagan supplies and things like that. And he's obsessed with the Sanderson sisters and wants to bring them back to life. So that's what this whole movie is about. And then he realizes the error of his ways because, of course, they're wicked. A lot of funny things happen. They do a couple musical numbers. There's a lot of nods to the first movie. A lot of, little things that you can remember. A lot of characters come back. So it's really sweet. It's really cute. So if you haven't seen it, I recommend checking it out. It's great for kids. It's great for adults. It's really just cute. And they have these little witches that are in it. The modern witches, of course, that don't know that they're witches. And they discover that they're witches. They're good witches. They're white witches, So it's so cute. It's really sweet. So I strongly suggest watching it if you haven't already. All right, guys. You come back soon for my vlog number 3. See you later.